Hello and welcome. The goal of this training video is to prepare any of our field techs on how to properly PM the Wilbur Curtis RTB tea brewer. Please follow the checklist posted on my Monday for this PM when you're doing one in the field. It can be accessed through the checklist section of the knowledge articles. The first thing you want to do is shut power off to the machine. You have this power button on the front and this switch on the back of the machine, but you can also unplug it if you'd like. We need to keep in mind that throughout the PM the machine is going to be hot, so please be careful. Once we have the power off, the first thing we want to do is clean the spray head itself. It just unscrews from up top. You can use water and a brush to try and knock off the dried scale, but to really clean it thoroughly, you'll need some scale remover. We can just let it sit for a minute while we finish up the machine. While that's soaking, we want to remove the top and front panels to get a peek inside. We're just going to look the wiring over for any burned, bare, or broken wires and connections. Keep an eye out as well for any blooming that might occur around any of the water connections. It's a clear sign of a leak occurring, so taking apart the offending connection and checking it out for a cleaning or replacement is best. If you have water leaking from your spray head, then unfortunately you'll need to drain your tank. If you have a pair of hose clamps handy, it isn't so bad, but if you don't, you just gotta pinch it and have fast hands. If you do have a clamp, you only need to wait until the water is below the dispense hole on the tank, but if you don't, then it's best not to tempt fate and just let it empty all the way. Then you just need to remove and open the solenoid to clean it off or replace it if you think it's broken. This is also a very good time to run a soft bristled brush along the lines to clean them out. Now we can put the panels back on and plug the machine in to check the settings. To get into the menu, you'll need to hold the furthest right button while turning it on. The code is just the 4 non-power buttons in a row from left to right. When we make it in here, we want to check out the temperature setting. For here in Salt Lake City, I'll be setting machines to 196 or so to avoid boiling the water due to the altitude, but it may change for you wherever you may be. You just want to make sure you're a couple degrees below your boiling point. After temperature, next we want to check the dispense amount. We'll need to put the spray head back in for this part, but it should be clean by now. You'll want to rinse it off before putting it back in, of course. You can choose to dispense by volume or time. If you choose volume, you'll need to manually stop it when it gets to the point that you want. I find that for the urns we use, brew by time is best. Setting it to about 5 minutes and 30 seconds, the factory setting, is ideal. The amount of time may be different for you due to differences in our solenoids and water pressure. Of course, if your store requests a longer brew for more tea, you can adjust that here. Doing a test brew is always a good idea, just to make sure your solenoids are opening properly and there are no other issues with heat or fill time. After that, you just need to wipe up after ourselves and we can pass the machine back to the store team. We're done with this machine and can move on to the next.